the sports page with the Orlando Sentinel and FM 96.9 The Game's Mike the Bulldog Bianchi.
On JRR.
Hey, Bulldog, it seems like it's been forever since we, the three of us got together here for the sports page. Glad to be back in action here. Glad you're back in the swing of things as well. Where do you want to begin?
Where can we start? Let's start with Magic Summer League. Nobody really cares about Summer League, but the Magic lost again in Summer League last night. Doesn't really matter. All that matters is how the rookies looked. And I'll tell you what, Tristan Da Silva and Jace Richardson are looking pretty good for the Magic. Again, even though they lost yesterday. By the way, tomorrow, Summer League, appointment TV, it's the Magic versus the Thunder in Summer League. Could be a harbinger of finals, NBA finals to come. So keep an eye out for that. Being the UCF grads that you are, you're not going to be happy about this next story. Preseason Big 12 football media poll is out. UCF picked to finish dead last. 16th among the Big 12 teams. I hope the Knights can use this as inspiration, as Arizona State did last year when they were picked to finish dead last in the Big 12 by the media and coaches. And Arizona State, of course, ended up shocking the world, winning the conference title and getting into the college football playoff, where they almost upset Texas in the first round. So
being ranked last does make it easy to say they overachieved if they do anything better than that.
It also makes it, it also gives you a little bit of motivation, which Scott Frost, I'm sure, will use with his team. By the way, and it's a fair pick. I mean, UCF has an entirely new team. Their roster's been entirely turned over. Scott Frost, of course, first year as a coach. We don't know how he's going to do after his 5-year stint at Nebraska, where he failed miserably. So I understand why UCF is picked to finish last in the league. Hey,
Bulldog, did you end up spending your Sunday starting with breakfast at Wimbledon and then maybe doing a little Club World Cup viewing?
I did not watch the Club World Cup, but I did watch some Wimbledon. And yeah, Yannick Sinner, my fellow paisano, becomes the first Italian to win at Wimbledon. He wins 4-6, 6-4, 6-4, 6-4 over Carlos Alcaraz. That was the first time Alcaraz had ever lost, by the way, in a majors final.
I thought it was going to be Alcaraz in honor of Alligator Alcatraz. I was watching it going, come on.
By the way, these two guys have divvied up the past 7 Grand Slam trophies, talking about Yannick Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz. This, and I know tennis isn't as big as it once was, but this is now probably the best rivalry in sports. When you look at Yannick Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz. Not much drama, by the way, in the women's final. Iga Swiatek just mowed down the American Amanda Anisimova 6-0, 6-0 on Saturday. So she becomes the youngest since Serena Williams. She's 24 years old to win majors on 3 surfaces.
Can I ask an honest question here? I'm just being honest here. Mm-hmm. Am I the only one? And I'm just putting this out there. Until I read these headlines and saw the results, I've never heard of any of these people.
Really?
I've never heard it.
Well, you've heard of Carlos Alcaraz.
Yeah. No, I haven't. I don't follow tennis. The closest I came to following tennis was back in the day when, John McEnroe and Jimmy Connors and all them were.
Jimmy Connors?
Yeah.
Good Lord.
McEnroe, though, was the man.
Yeah, well, the man was Bjorn Borg back in the day.
Yeah.
The Swede. But
I know Pat likes McEnroe, the fiery attitude.
Right.
Because he was a brat.
Are you kidding me?
Speaking of rivalries, Caitlin Clark, Paige Becker's WNBA rivalry, the number 1 draft pick from this year. Paige Becker's against the number 1 draft pick from last year, obviously. Caitlin Clark and her team, the Indiana Fever, end up winning the rivalry game 102-83. That's going to be a nice rivalry for the WNBA. Moving forward.
Destroyed them. I watched it, believe it or not. I was like, man, the sports world is pretty slow if I'm watching this WNBA game.
Hey, I don't know if you watch NASCAR, but let me just tell you something. Shane Van Gisbergen cannot be stopped on the road courses. All right. He's won, what's he won? Second straight, 3 victories in the last 5 weeks, all on road courses. He dominates the field yesterday in Sonoma in the wine country of Northern California. This guy's from Australia or from New Zealand, and he just...
Do you like his celebration, what he does at the end of his victories?
I do like
He
it.
boots a rugby ball into the stands.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Absolutely he does. I guess he has some sort of way of braking during these road courses that is like, it just dominates the field. Nobody else can brake like he does on these road courses. I don't know what he does, but... Huh?
He led almost every lap yesterday.
Yeah. So
Are we going to the F1 desk?
No, F1 there was no F1 this week.
Oh, darn it. I guess I have last week's standings for George Russell then.
No, I think it was Lando.
Yeah.
But anyway, and then
you wouldn't know the difference between George Russell and Leon Russell.
No, I truly don't.
Orlando City 1-1 draw against the worst team in the league, Montreal. That's a game they should win at home. Orlando City now 6th in the Eastern Conference standings, so they're still above the playoff line, but they need to beat teams like Montreal. MLS, man. Messi has now scored multiple goals in 5 straight games for Inter Miami. All of those are victories. That's a record in MLS. And you mentioned the Club World Cup yesterday.
Chelsea, right? Chelsea wins it.
Yeah, Chelsea wins it. Did you see the crowd there?
Yeah, huge.
81,000 at the Meadowlands. God. So Chelsea ends up winning that. Cooper Flagg, by the way, been shut down for the rest of the Summer League. Number 1 overall draft pick for the Dallas Mavericks. He scores 31 in a win on Saturday, and they're saying, we've seen enough. He's pretty good.
Did you watch any of the Scottish Open, fellas?
I did not watch that. Where did Rory finish? Second?
I think he was second, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
we got the Open Championship this week, so looking forward to that.
And the guy that won yesterday is now able to go to the Open. He was going to be flying to California on Friday, but they're like, nope, you're going to the Open, buddy.
Yeah. What was his name?
Did you see this story? The BYU quarterback
got her up. I've never even heard of that dude.
He's won a couple times.
Right.
You've never heard of Carlos Alcaraz, for crying out loud.
Hey, you know what were you going to ask there, Bulldog?
Did you see the story about this BYU quarterback, Jake Retzlaff? He's withdrawn from school. I guess he was involved in some sort of, he was accused of rape. The charge was dropped, but he's leaving school because he's been suspended by BYU for 7 games because he's broken the school's honor code by having premarital sex.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. So I guess if you're a BYU player, you can't have premarital sex.
Are they allowed to do that soaking thing instead?
I don't know but I'm curious. How many is this really the only guy on the BYU roster who's had premarital sex? I have a hard time believing
I would
that.
doubt that, but
Yeah.
All right. Mike the Bulldog Bianchi, obviously lots to discuss. If you want to catch up with him over on AM 740 and FM 96.9 The Game, that's where you'll find him this morning and every weekday morning on Adjacent Does. And he takes time out of his show to join us here for the sports page each morning on JRR.
By the way, a happy birthday to the great folk singer Woody Guthrie. This land is your land. Oh, oh.